Hello, all my sister friends. What did you think about this episode? Let's talk about it. Okay, I gotta say, we ended up having a good time on Sunday night, laughing and joking about it and poking fun. But if I'm objective about what was actually on the show, I felt like a filler, didn't it? Didn't feel like a filler episode. Let's talk about it. Maybe I'll talk myself out of this as we go along. Definitely the Christine stuff was all filler. Now, I get it. There may be people who did not watch the Christine wedding episodes last season. Maybe they watched Sister Wives to the end. They are not a fan of Christine, had no desire to watch the 2 hours of Christine getting married. For those people, this was good. They saw a lot of what we saw in those 2 hours.
It's almost identical.
So there's not a whole lot for me to say. It was sweet. It was delightful. Again, I can give you a full recap if you enjoyed it. And I enjoyed it. I teared up again. I teared up last year when I saw it. I didn't expect to at all. I teared up again watching it. And I'd already seen it. And I'm over it. And I teared up.
Oh, you old softy.
So, Puddle Monkey, kudos to you. Call you out all the time. You did a good job. The editing, the splicing, the use of music, it was delightful. And yes, I am very happy for Christine and David. That was the part, that was a takeaway for me. Well, who was it? It was Janelle. Janelle in her interview, and I'm pretty sure this interview was in last season 2, but it brought it to the forefront of my mind again that not only is Christine finding the love of her life and waited for so long to be loved, but I don't know the relationship that he had with his first wife, but she passed away a long time ago, and it was tragic. And he had all these kids that he raised on his own. He also said that he has dated a lot, and he hasn't found the one, and pretty much gave up on dating and thought, I'm okay with where life is. And just when you're ready to give up, the universe brought them together and they're perfect for each other. It was very sweet. It was very nice. So I'm very, very happy for Christine getting her man and getting everything that she's ever wanted in a husband, in a wedding, in a future. And I'm happy for David that he got everything he wants also in a partner and a future too. It's just good. It's sweet. It's lovely. It's delightful. I'll insert a couple clips, some of my favorites. If I can think about something that was different, I will definitely insert it in here. But then again, there were a couple things, but they weren't of anything of significance. So anyone who didn't watch the first one is going to be like, why'd she choose to put that scene in there? I just don't remember it from last year, but it could have been in last year. It was so benign, I may have just forgotten about it. I don't know. All right, let's move on. It was good. It was lovely. It was sweet. It'll be nice next week to just move on beyond the wedding. I will say, though, I do believe that Tim Gibbons, and we decided this evening when we were watching it that Tim Gibbons I'm just going to call him Head Monkey now. I was calling him King Monkey, and then all of a sudden Puddle Monkey made sense because Tim Gibbons is the director of everything. He is also the head of, he's the director / producer. There's 2 producers involved in Puddle Monkey, really. I mean, they have a team of people that work with them, cameramen and all that, but there's 2 main producers, and he's the director. He's the head of the company, Tim Gibbons.
Monkey King?
Gibbon, Monkey. I get it's all working together now. Anyway, Mr. Gibbons, get it together. More follow-up questions are needed. And can we stop letting Cody and Robyn get off scot-free on every lie that they tell to the camera? Please. Thank you. Okay. That was a plea on behalf of all of you who watch this channel. I don't think King Monkey's watching my channel at all. But it makes me feel better to say it. Just in case. All right. So we have Robyn. This is Robyn. I mean, she couldn't get more of a frown if she wants and more of a rolling of her eyes and tilting of her head. And what is she talking about? How excited it is that Christine's getting married. She is like a wet rag if there ever was one. Man, talk about bringing a room down. And she wonders why she wasn't invited to the wedding. Oh my goodness. She can bring energy to an all-time low.
When did you find out that that Christine was getting married?
Yeah, Cody saw an invitation at somebody's house, and then he told me.
All right, let's clarify that. Cody saw an invitation at somebody's house. She knows whose house it was. And we know whose house it was because it came out. It was his sister's. Sister? I'm almost positive. Came up in an interview last year with Christine. Christine had invited some of Cody's family because she was still close with them. She didn't invite Cody, her ex-husband, but she was still close with some of his family. So she invited some of his family members. And I'm pretty sure it was one of his sisters. And he went to visit his sister and he saw the wedding invitation on the table there. So I love how she's being all coy here. But Christine had invited some of Cody's family, but not Cody or Robyn.
Understandably.
Here we have it right at the beginning of the episode. We get the pleasure and the joy of Robyn's reaction to Christine getting married. Oh, wait.
Don't tease.
That's right. She didn't have anything to say about Christine. One line, which she repeats many times in this episode, I just want her to be happy. I just want her to be happy. Like she can't be happy. And like she's not happy. She says it like she's wishing it for her in the future. I just want her to be happy. That's it. That's the only thing she can say that's slightly positive, I guess, about Christine. Everything else, you got it. It's about herself. It's about herself, how she's a victim. Her and her family, all victims. Cody buys into it too. All right, let's watch.
It didn't surprise me that we weren't invited.
Okay, so Robyn says, it didn't surprise me that we weren't invited. All right, well, then we should be happy, right? If you knew you weren't getting invited, put a little smile on that face and go, it doesn't make sense that they would invite us. We're not talking. There's a contentious energy here. They're ex-spouses. Why would we go to her wedding? It would make no sense. That's what Robyn should say. Instead, Robyn says,
We're the outcasts.
we're the outcasts. I try. I can't make my mouth go as low as she does. They're the outcasts. That's why. It's all about Robyn being outcast, not about anything that they did to Christine. Okay. We don't need to beat a dead horse here, but Robyn will try because we're going to become a victim here. Buckle up, people.
We've been voted off the island.
Voted off the island. Outcasts. Voted off the island.
It's not fun. It's not welcoming. It's not safe emotionally. The family experience is not even close to the same. It's weird. It's awkward.
Can we break this down for a little bit? Oh, I hope this is not how this night's going to go because it is almost midnight already, right? We're just beginning this. Those words are a little bit confusing to me, and I feel the need to go and break down what Robyn has to say.
Oh, Robyn's in trouble!
The family experience isn't even close to the same. Okay, can't argue. You would not allow anybody into your house for a couple years. You wouldn't go to anybody's houses. You freaked out when they wanted to have fire pits outside 6 feet apart from each other. Ooh, I don't know. It's not part of our protocol. It's not on our sheet. Like, yeah, the family experience for you is not the same. The family experience for everybody else is the same. I mean, it's slightly different because you and your kids aren't there and they used to be. But 80% of them are still there. And that's your choice. So, I mean, it's sad for them that you guys chose not to participate in things and you chose to not allow them to come over to your house. But I mean, what do you want them to do? So now when there's a wedding and a divorce happened, you're not going. You created this. You and Cody created this situation. You are not the victims in this. At all. I just need to say it in case you happen to stumble upon this channel because you saw a thumbnail that has your picture on it. I don't know if your picture is going to be on it, but at any rate, if you happen to stumble upon this, I need to make it very clear, Robyn Brown, you're not a victim in any of this. You created it. You made your bed. Now you lie in it. And I don't know what you mean about the family experience being weird and awkward because you're not participating with the family in anything. So it's not weird and awkward. It's the same as it's always been. You're just not there. Your family experience might feel weird and awkward. That's your fault. Make it less weird, make it less awkward. I mean, it's just you and Cody and your kid. So why that's a weird and awkward situation, I'm not quite sure, but I don't know. That's on you. Oh boy, here we go again. Really? Are we going to do this, Chubs? Oh, good boy. Okay, good boy. Where did you find that cow? It must have fallen off this desk. Okay, good boy. Yes. You know what? I think I am sound asleep when this normally is going on, and I just sleep right through it. Or maybe he's doing it because I'm awake and he's mad. All right. He does want me to go to sleep. Let's keep moving forward. Okay, she says it's weird, it's awkward. Makes no sense. Not weird and awkward for them. Life is continuing on. Weird and awkward for you. I mean, maybe you're projecting what it would be like if you all got together and it would be weird and awkward, but that's not happening. The whole family hasn't gotten together. Well, I take that back. It was weird and awkward for you at Logan's wedding. Yeah. So, and that was a family experience, I guess, if we have to use the word experience. It's not an experience. But that's not like the future of the family, because when is the next time you're all going to be together? Only weddings. Weddings and funerals. You're not a part of the family anymore. It's sad. It is. It's sad.
Life goes on.
Okay, let's move on.
It's not fun. It's not welcoming.
It's not fun. It's not welcoming. You know what? It was welcoming. Let me just point out that when she went to the sprinkle party, she walked in the door and just stood there in the door. She didn't go up to people. She didn't say, hey, good to see you. Come here, give me a hug. No, nothing. She stood there looking around, smiling in the door, glued to Cody. She wasn't warm, welcoming, nothing to anybody. She didn't even say hi to anybody until they came up to her, which they did. All of Christine's kids and McKelty and Tony. Everybody was coming up to her. I don't understand what's not welcoming about that. In fact, they even invited your kids. You didn't bring them. And then Gwendolyn had a party as well. What did you do, Robyn? You walked in the door and stood in the doorway again. Just there, waiting for people to approach you. Who's not welcoming? And then we talk about the wedding. Robyn says not all of the kids said hello to us. They're not welcoming. She needs every child to come up to her. Bow down, bend a knee. She is becoming Cody Brown. Maybe she always has been. And yes, Amy, who wrote on my post, she is a narcissist too. Pointing it out right here. Here's a classic situation of it. It's not fun. It's not welcoming. Get over yourself. If you made 1 ounce of effort, it would be more fun and more welcoming.
It's not safe emotionally.
Oh, but please, the whole emotionally not safe, that means everything in your life is emotionally not safe. So I just don't want to even hear it anymore, Robyn. I've said it before. She has dumbed down the word safe to the point that women who truly are emotionally unsafe cannot use the word anymore because she's making it meaningless. When she's not happy in a situation, she calls the situation unsafe. She completely misuses the word.
Truth.
And it just makes me angry. On behalf of women who need to use the word to convey to other people a truly unsafe situation that they are in, I am angry. I wish she would just shut up, zip her lip, and never use that word again. There is nothing emotionally unsafe about the fact that 100% of the kids did not come running up and give her hugs and kisses. They could claim the same thing. They could say, I just feel emotionally unsafe around Robyn. She never comes up to me and gives me a hug Did you even notice? I remember going back. I'm going to put a clip in here. She has been this way for the longest time. I just recently saw a clip. Oh, because I was putting the clip of Brianna singing at Isabel's graduation party that was outside because it was kind of COVID time, but it was kind of after COVID, so they could all give hugs to each other. Robyn walks in and just hides behind people. She doesn't go up and give anyone a hug. This is before Christine left. She was still there. I think she was talking about leaving at the time. But nevertheless, she was still on good terms with the kids. She doesn't even give Isabel a hug. Isabel had to call her after she walked away from her back, and she acted like, "Oh, Isabel, are you here?" Yeah, it's my party, Robyn. I'm going to insert the clip. Yeah, I'll find it again. I'll put it in here. You're so pretty! You look so good! Awesome!
She just walked away.
But that's her MO. I'm just going to walk around until people come up and tell me how wonderful I am and grab me and hug me. I'm so over her today. Okay. Keep it light, Jenny. Keep it light. What else do we have to talk about?
I'm sure all of my children, but Robyn's children, are going to be there.
Truth.
They're going to have a Brown family mosh pit, which I invented.
Cody was the inventor of the mosh pit.
It would just be too awkward for me to be there.
Brush your teeth.
Because I would try and outdance the groom. So it was like, yeah, that'd be just trying to show up the groom. Not cool.
I just hate it when he talks like this. But you're right. It's not appropriate for you to be. You should have stopped right there. You know what, Cody? You actually gave a good response. It wouldn't be appropriate for you to be there. It's right that you shouldn't be there. And then you have to throw in an egotistical, narcissistic response at the very end just to remind us that you are Kody Brown. Okay, we have a big scene here. Now, we've seen part of this in the Christine episode because they would cut to Kody and Robyn talking about Christine. Now, we don't really see any more of what they have to say about Christine in this episode, but we see more about them knocking down the trees. We see why he's cutting the tree down. He is always cutting trees, cutting bark off of trees. Now, I know the logging industry apparently is really big in Flagstaff, so I think this is like a side hustle for him.
Doubt it.
He just keeps selling the trees on their property. And
I'm guessing.
you know, Robyn hates trees. She's scared of trees and she lives amongst a million trees. So he just keeps cutting down trees because he loves trees. He used to work for a logger for a minute when he lived up in Montana or Washington. I can't remember which. And he wants to take another tree down. Well, you know how we're always making fun of the trees. Two things. Somebody had asked McKelty in her Patreon once, why in every scene are we seeing him take the bark off of trees? Now, this was last year that the question came to her. And she basically said,
why is Kody, oh, this is from Alice. Why is Kody always peeling logs? This week, he's only cutting up fallen tree limbs, but it reminded me of all the log peeling scenes. So B-roll. B-roll is something that the show needs to use to add context when they're doing interview set things. And B-roll just happens to do, what else does Dad do but work on the yard? Alice.
That's what he does. That's all he does.
listen, Kody takes bark off the trees. Doesn't do anything else. He wears gloves, drives vehicles, cuts down trees, takes bark off said trees. But I made a comment not that long ago in one of the videos of how many trees were laying around on their property. I'm like, I understand he's cutting these trees down, but I thought he was cutting it down, chopping it up, storing it on the side of the house and aging it so it could go into the fireplace in the house or something. They're all just laying around. There were so many trees laying around. Well, they got removed. Robyn's addressing it in this episode by saying, you need to promise me something. When that tree comes down, it gets taken off our property, and you're not allowed to cut down another tree until you remove that tree. Oh.
I make the ground rules.
This is apparently an issue in their marriage. I mean, no surprise, right? But we hear it from the horse's mouth. No. We hear it from the cow's mouth. Oh. Then I find a very interesting part of the exchange at the very end. He says, oh, yeah. I'll take it away. And she said, okay, but will you take it away within 6 months?
6 months?
6 months? If you don't have a plan to take it away in 6 months, why are you taking it down now? Apparently, he wants to see a mountain better, so he's going to take a tree down. There's so many trees there. I don't know how this one tree is going to help them see this mountain better, but okay. I'm thinking he has plans to take all those trees down if the plan is to see the mountains better. We'll see. So she says, will you take it away within 6 months' time? And he says, well, I don't want it to be here during the winter. She said, okay, pinky promise?
But will it be within 6 months?
I'm not going to leave it here all winter.
Promise? And you have
I don't want to make a promise I'm not sure I can keep, my love.
Well, I can't promise. Yeah, I get it. So I find it interesting that he says, I won't pinky swear with you because I won't make a promise that I can't keep. But he just got finished saying it won't be here in 6 months because I'm going to take it away because I don't want it here for the winter. See, like in my world, that's a promise. If I were to say to my husband, if this tree comes down, I want it gone in under 6 months. And he says, oh yeah, I don't want it here for the winter. To me, that's a promise. It's going to be gone before the snow falls. I don't know why Cody needs to say the word promise. It's, again, we go back to this elementary, middle school mentality that he has. He apparently can just say whatever words he wants and then dismiss them.
He's a child.
None of his words hold any value or truth or weight. He just says what he wants at any time and doesn't care. And so Robyn, knowing this, now has to say to him, promise me, pinky swear, like we're in 3rd grade. And he can't pinky swear like he's in 3rd grade even. It's too much for him. It's too much of a commitment. Can't do it. Why? Why? What are you doing, Cody? Why can't you move the log in 6 months' time?
I'm just too busy.
You know, I thought this evening we could go to the casino.
Drive a car.
Just call some steroids. Allegedly.
This is a man who is so scattered and all over the place. He knows, no, my brain is all over the place. I might not be able to refocus and come back and actually organize and plan and get on a phone and call somebody and have them come and take it away or do whatever it is that he does to see to it that the tree is gone. But he has to cut it down. The frenetic energy in this scene is at a level we haven't seen before. We've seen him in that like heightened kind of manic state.
I'm sitting here almost manic, you know, with this broken heart and my happy facade going into this party, excited about Tony McKelty and the babies.
A lot of times it's been during his interviews. This is the first time I've seen it this heightened in an actual activity. And the scary part is he is dealing with power tools while he's all hyped up like this. Cutting trees down. One of the most dangerous things you can do is cut trees down. Well, sure enough, the tree cutting doesn't go well.
That's no surprise.
He wants the tree to go a certain way. Now, it seems like if he would have had it go the one way, there was absolutely no trees down the one way. He wanted it to go the way where there were other trees, but he was trying to get it to go between the trees. I don't know. Maybe he was trying to be impressive for the cameras. It backfired.
Big time.
And then he claims, I've cut down over 1,000 trees. I don't understand why this one's not going down. Well, pull your head together, Cody. I don't think you're thinking straight right now whatsoever.
My adrenal is just going crazy. Move, Robyn, move. What the hell?
So it's multiple attempts.
I want.
Yeah, it's rolling.
Go, come on!
He goes between like a really intelligent approach to situations, and then he's kind of got this like wild hair.
It's interesting to hear Robyn describe it, though. Like I wouldn't go from intellectual approach to wild hair. I would say we go from sloth-like to wild hair. Lazy, failure to launch, slothy, to wild hair, not able to complete anything, running around in circles. Neither one is really effective. We haven't seen that intelligent part that she speaks of. Maybe we will.
Yeah, right.
That could be coming in season 20.
Absolutely not.
It's all physics, but I'm not a physicist.
No truer words were ever spoken.
I just don't know what kind of crazy it's gonna do.
See, here's the problem. People who are in the tree cutting business, my girlfriend has a husband who owns one. They do know what the tree's going to do. They know exactly what the tree's going to do and where it's going to go. This is why you shouldn't be cutting trees down, Cody. And Robyn admits one of the trees has gone on the house in the past. Taking out the roof. He's freaking out.
Whoa! Go! Damn you!
He's throwing his helmet. He's sweating like crazy. The helmet comes off. His hair is plastered down. It looks like he's almost bald because his hair is like sticking to his scalp. He's a real hot mess. A real hot mess.
I think I need a break.
Okay.
And then that's when we lead into the interview that he sits on one of the logs with Robyn, and they talk about Christine, where he was kind of like manic then too. And
Allegedly.
Robyn turns and looks at him like, pull it together. Like, I recognize this in you, and I don't think it's good that we're on camera here right now.
I saw a wedding announcement at my sister's house. I'm really fine. I'm resolved with it.
I felt like she wanted to say, can we shut this down, Puddle Monkey, and come back tomorrow maybe when he's down a little bit? I think he needs a nap.
I'm fine.
Breathe. Just breathe. Take a pause. This man is at like level 200. Okay, back to Christine's wedding again. A lot more scenes. We've seen them all before. I just want to reflect on the fact that I don't know what it is about Maddie that I really like, but I really like Maddie. She was so sweet and sentimental after she had her makeup done for the wedding. All the girls were in there as they were getting their makeup done, and each of them was kind of sharing when they realized that David was the one for Christine or for their mom. It was really sweet what Isabel had to say about it.
He looked at you and he was like, oh, I love you so much. Like, just like honest and pure. And it was, I've never heard somebody say I love you that much to you. Oh, and it was like, oh, okay, I guess you can have my mommy.
And then Maddie has just started tearing up and crying.
Okay, so like when I met David, I'm gonna cry. And I don't want to do this because I'm gonna cry.
I know. He loves you too.
No, but I just love him so much. He's so awesome, and I'm so happy for you.
I just love how close they are. That's it. I love how close they are. And I really did also appreciate the interview with Maddie and Caleb and Hunter and how they admitted that they are all sad to see the state of the family and that it's not cohesive and the family as it always was. And yet they all love David and they love how happy Christine is.
It's so weird because I'm very sad that the other family's not here and that there is animosity and that there is problems. But I'm also like, I love David and David's family. We just kind of meshed together.
It's hard and sad to see the past go, but it's really exciting to see what the future has to hold.
And they really like David's family, so they're happy about the future of the family and how it's growing, and it's an amoeba. It's my interpretation of it. The family is becoming an amoeba that's kind of growing and taking on, and one little part kind of goes off, and then it sort of takes on another part, right? Do amoebas do that? Why do I feel like amoebas do that? Boy, that was like 7th grade science. Do amoebas do that? Let me look up and see if amoebas do that.
Wait for it.
It's not an amoeba.
I saw that coming a mile away.
An amoeba doesn't lose part of itself and gain a new part. It just keeps changing form and shape. This would be...
Oh no, not again.
I don't know. It's late. Let's move on. Okay, then we go to the scene on the log that I talked about before, which we already saw in Christine's episode, where he's like, I'm really fine with it. Everything is fine and it's great. And and this is where Kody admitted that he saw the invitation at the sister's house. So yeah, he's like, oh, I saw the invitation at my sister's house. It was really funny. And and then I said, and that's what Robyn's like, zip it. Anywho, no additional information in this at all. I was really hoping that we would get more of the story between the two of them. Maybe some of the stuff they may have cut out, but it was the exact same scene that we saw last season. Disappointing.
She made the accusation that I had.
Aren't we just so happy for them?
Well, I'm just telling a whole story.
We're just so happy for them. We just want Christine to be happy.
I'm going to keep track of how many times Robyn says this. We're so happy for them. Is this the first time? Did I miss one already? I may have. And then she also says, we just want Christine to be happy. Okay, so it's at least twice. I feel like she said it at the very beginning. Yeah, because I was talking about it at the beginning. Okay. We just want her to be happy. So this is the 3rd time. Okay, so 3 times now. All she can say about Christine is, we just want her to be happy. She's not happy for Christine. We just hope she can get there. We just want her to be happy. Yeah. She left Kody. I don't know how she's going to find happiness. Sorry. I don't know how Robyn can say that with a straight face.
That's what we want.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, wait. One more time. She says, that's what we want. Right, Kody? All right. So we're reinforcing it again. That's what we want. We want Christine to be happy.
I hope Christine and David can be happy. That's all I'm going to say.
But we got it again.
Seriously again.
Seems impossible, but I hope so. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times. Says the same thing. Few different words, same message. But she puts a stamp on it at the very end by saying, and that's all I'm going to say.
That's all I'm going to say.
That was snarky and mean and unnecessary, Robyn. Just saying. But I got to agree, that is all she's going to say. That's all she's been saying. But I hope that is all she's going to say. I hope she doesn't say it for a 6th time. Like, I hope, done. She's not going to talk about it anymore.
Really? You think that?
We'll see. Kody goes on to describe what life is like with Robyn now. Kind, beautiful, it's small. And then he goes on to admit he needs a lot of attention. Ooh, Robyn's in for it. This is not news to anybody, maybe to Kody, but I'm shocked. I am shocked that he's willing to admit it to himself, admit it out loud, admit it on camera.
Miracles do happen.
Kody says, it's been different to be in a place where I don't get as much attention.
It's been different to be in a place where I don't get as much attention.
Different. It would be lovely if there was a follow-up question right there. Interesting, Cody. What do you mean by that? Tell us. How is it different? Why is it different? What does it look like now that makes it different? Anything like that would have been great. Nothing. We get nothing. But Cody's rambling does give us a little bit more information, and that is that he says his children will always be his children. True. And he says his door is always open. And I'm thinking, okay, this sounds like the holidays too, where he refused to go to Garrison's house, where he refused to go other places. I have a home. You can come here.
And the door will always be open to them. They have got to come through that door.
It's their responsibility. I need to do nothing. All I need to do is say the door is open. I'm sure the kids have also said the door is always open. I'm sure Maddie has said, door is always open, Dad. Come visit, see your grandkids. Anytime, just come on by. And he hasn't done it. He won't walk through anybody's door. He will stay put. He will not leave. And they must come to him. And he admits it. He comes right out here and says, they must take the initiative to make amends.
Because I am a coward.
I'm an arrogant hole. I mean, he is. Arrogance is so unflattering. And then, every episode, he says something that I'm like, did you just say that? This is this episode's, here it comes.
There's more.
Sadly, he says this.
They have got to come through that door. I'm going to be holding a hand out for that. But I'm going to be holding this hand that's next to me, and I won't let go of that hand. I will not cut off Robyn to have a relationship with my children.
Nobody said you had to. Can we stop with this narrative, this false narrative that you keep putting out, that nobody likes Robyn and nobody wants a relationship with you because you're married to Robyn? I will put my hand out to you, but I will be holding Robyn's. It's so ridiculous. He's so ridiculous. These word pictures and analogies just don't work when they're lies. It's an untruth. It's not reality. It makes me so angry. Puddle Monkey, drop the ball. King Gibbons Monkey, get it together. Please. These are the blatant lies that drive me crazy. Right here. The door's always open and my hand is there, but I am holding Robyn's. And until they can accept her and realize that I'm not leaving her, I won't cut off this relationship to have a relationship with them. Okay. They're not going to break up and divorce their spouses either to have a relationship with you. All right, we're even. Let's just state things that don't relate to anything because nobody ever said you had to cut off a relationship with Robyn. Just the lies drive me crazy. Okay, pull it together. What's next?
Now we turn to the lighter subject.
Okay, we have the actual wedding ceremony right now. Again, 0 in this segment that's new. So again, the exact same thing. I teared up. This is where I teared up. It's the music. See, I can't play it for you though, because I remember having issues last time, although I really believe that they put different music in. So they must have only had the rights to put it in one episode and they had to buy different music for this one because I swear this is different music. It's still very pretty though. The music gets to me, tears me up. We talked about this before. I'm very, very emotionally connected to music. So her walking down the aisle, Peyton saying he's a good man.
He's a good man. He's a really good man.
Thanks.
Truly saying, I'm so happy for you, Mom.
Thank you. You deserve the best, Mother. Thank you. I love you. Truly's not a physical touch person. She hugged me, then she hugged David. She just looks so great. She looks so confident.
Christine's dad being so happy for her and hugging her and walking her the last 2 rows, because he was so ill. Him just being there gave me goosebumps because he was so frail and so ill. So for him to be able to be there and to walk her those last 2 rows up at the front for Peyton to walk her all the way down and then pass him off to her dad, it touched my heart. It was beautiful.
Wonderful day, honey. Yeah. Just a wonderful man.
Thanks, Daddy.
You guys are gonna love each other. Enjoy each other. Every day is gonna be glorious, David.
Thank you, sir.
It was a beautiful ceremony. It really was. And, I get like goosebumps on my head just thinking about it. Ooh, it was nice. It was really nice. So go watch it. I'm not going to be able to put that in there because of all that background music. Going to get a copyright strike, but it was lovely. Or you can go watch the original full Christine episode, which was in last season, or you can watch my recap on my channel. That's up there from last season as well. Then we cut to the segment that we have about Meri. Now we're back at Meri's B&B, and we know from all the posts that she puts on Facebook that she decorates the B&B every Halloween, goes full out decorating the B&B at Halloween time. I always thought it was just because it was an older house, so it kind of had that allure to it. And then she would have special Halloween themed weekends where she would rent out rooms for obviously a little bit more money. And it was a way to bring in business specifically at Halloween time. Because, let's face it, who's going through Parowan, Utah? So you need people to see her B&B as a destination. That, I think, is a smart business move. I think she has a bunch of misses in her businesses. This one, I think, is smart. And yeah, anyone that lives within an hour or 2 even is like, oh, let's go drive there and spend the weekend. It's all decorated for Halloween. Now, what spurred it on, which I didn't know, is that her grandmother, who was raised in the house, was born on Halloween.
Who knew?
So it's sort of a special holiday for her. I know it was her great-grandmother's house because that was the mother that raised the little girl. And I don't know if it was in the house another generation beyond that or not. But at any rate, that connection I didn't know about. So I learned something today. Anyway, it was just her and Blair and Jen doing the decorating. And Meri had kept all her decorations for all the holidays. Apparently back in Vegas, she used to go full out decorating for all the holidays. And then when she moved to Flagstaff, she started decorating, but nobody came over. So she eventually stopped decorating because it's a lot of work to have nobody come see it. I get that. I had one Thanksgiving where I knew none of the kids were going to come home. Why did none of the kids come home? What was the deal? I did not decorate at all. Oh, and for Halloween, I wasn't going to be around. I had like a weekend retreat or something over. So I wasn't going to be home for Halloween. Thanksgiving, the kids weren't going to be here. Nobody was going to see any of the decorations in my house. I wasn't going to be there to give out Halloween candy or anything. So I just put some of the corn stalks out in the front of the house and called it good. It was the easiest year of decorating.
Let's circle back.
So I get it when Meri says, what's the point? Here, let me give kudos to Puddle Monkey.
Come again?
Kingpin Gibbons as well. Way to go. They actually went to all the wives and asked them about it. So Christine admitted that Meri always decorated. She always did a great job. The kids enjoyed going over there. That was her thing.
She always did a beautiful, beautiful job decorating.
Janelle, same thing. She said that she would have different rooms even, would have different themes at different times. This is a patriotic room. This is it. She just loved decorating. And then Janelle admitted that Meri has a creative side to herself, and that was sort of one of her ways of fulfilling her creativity.
She really enjoyed that.
We cut to Robyn. The same information was shared with Robyn. Robyn is addressing the fact that nobody came over to her house to see all her decorations and the fact that she just stopped decorating. She said, yeah, well, after we moved to Flagstaff, COVID came and then, we weren't going to people's houses and that.
Well, it was really tough because when we moved to Flagstaff...
Code red. They're on to me.
Well, it was really tough because when we moved to Flagstaff, it was just a little while before COVID hit, and COVID really screwed up everything.
Oh, okay. A few years later. Well, let's see. How many holidays are there? Why did Robyn not take any of her kids for 12 holidays to Meri's house? I bet Robyn didn't even know that Meri stopped decorating. That's a real sad commentary. And for her to claim that she's Meri's best friend and to keep saying, I'm going to miss her so much. No, you aren't.
Every single cell in my body would be screaming at me to stop helping her because I just don't want her to leave.
Right.
Okay. Now, muster up, Robyn. You can do it. Pull it together. Pull out some tears. Pull them up. Talk to Meri like you're gonna miss her. Oh gosh, I wish I would have gone over to her house at least once. Dang, why didn't I invite her over or let the kids see her? I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. Oh. Okay. Pull up some tears. Pull up some tears. Come on, tears. Oh, sad face. Maybe that'll work.
You never went over there. Here's proof right here. Meri said nobody came over and saw the decorations while she was in Flagstaff. And Robyn's explanation is, well, it was just a couple years after we got there that COVID hit. So basically she was saying, oh, well, it was just a couple years that I didn't go see the decorations.
Oh, well, then that's okay.
Oh, Lordy. I think that's spilling some tea right there. I don't even know if Meri realized she was spilling the tea. And I don't even know if Robyn realized that she just admitted she never took the kids over to see Meri, ever. So sad. Well, at any rate, Meri still had all of her decorations, so she's taking them and decorating for Halloween. Blair is down again from Oregon because the cameras are there. So he is helping out, and Jen is her best friend, so she is there as well. And I do believe they bought additional stuff. I find it hard to believe that Meri was putting tombstones and that in the front yard of her house in Vegas. Maybe she was. Maybe she was. It just felt like they still tried to, on the outer surface, look religious and conservative. I mean, not that you can't be conservative and have a tombstone on your lawn. You can, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they were in such a strict religious sect that I can see how Halloween would be a big no-no. And if you did celebrate Halloween, it would be more of the fun, fluffy white ghosts like Casper and pumpkins and, kind of the Thanksgiving stuff migrated into Halloween. Not tombstones and skeletons, but that's what she's decorating with. So I think she bought extra stuff, but who knows? They did point out that, I don't know if they're silk flowers or dried flowers. They're probably silk flowers. They didn't look dried. She had 2 of the big planters that they had at the commitment ceremony. I mean, how long ago was that? That was over a decade ago. The commitment ceremony. Those big planters, Meri still had them. She kept them. She moved them. She did not throw them away when she moved to Flagstaff. She moved the big silk flower arrangements to Flagstaff. That's crazy right there.
We had one on each of the pillars at our commitment celebration. And also look at us now. So it's like there's no point of keeping this.
She felt like the colors kind of fit Halloween, so she was going to put him somewhere. And Blair, I mean, this was probably just a whole setup scene. Blair suggested, let's put him in front of the tombstones as flowers in front of the tombstone. So that's what they did, signaling the end of the family. We don't need the flowers in the vases to represent a commitment ceremony of the family anymore. Instead, they are now in front of the tombstones, signaling the death of the family unit, which is not really true because the majority of the family is still together. But for Meri, it is the death of the family unit. And for Kody and Robyn, it is the death of the family unit. So I do get that. Now, Robyn is going to tell us about something else in her life that was really tough.
I think I'm ready for this. And it was really sad to me because the younger kids really counted on those traditions and those get-togethers, and they really wanted them. And the older kids, some of the older kids and the moms weren't interested in it the same way.
Blatant lie. Blatant lie. Blatant lie. Oh my goodness. What are you talking about? They still got together because you refused to allow them in your house. They were not interested in the traditions and the holidays in the same way? Follow-up question, follow-up question, follow-up question, please. Oh, I don't like it when they get to lie and state it as fact. I don't like it when they get to lie and state it as fact. I don't like it. Can you tell? I don't like it.
You don't like it?
It's not right. It's not just. They were interested in it, and they continued to do it. You ostracized yourself from it. End of story. It's your fault if your kids were not with everybody else.
Onward!
I will say at the very end, Meri was asked about Christine's wedding, and she said that she knew that she was going to be getting married soon, that she wouldn't have expected to get invited to it. She took a very different approach than Robyn did. She was very mature and grown up about it, way more than Robyn, way light years more than Robyn. She said that she wished her the best. She was happy for her. Blessings to Christine. Wow, that's how grown-ups handle situations.
Well, then let's compare.
So did you know that Christine's getting married this weekend?
I know that Christine is getting married soon.
Meri is the grown-up in this situation.
When did you find out that that Christine was getting married?
Yeah, Cody saw an invitation at somebody's house, and then he told me.
Oh, sad day.
When I heard that she was getting married, of course, it stung, but then at the same time, I want her to be happy.
So that's, how many is that? 6.
So I just dealt with it like I've been dealing with all of this, so.
Dealt with how?
I hope that she's happy.
7 times.
You're a broken record.
Robyn is the child.
I met Christine's boyfriend, David, at Gwendolyn's engagement party. Evidently, they have since gotten engaged and are now getting married. I don't know when. I don't know any of the details. Christine's clearly said that she doesn't want to have a relationship with me. I 100% respect that. And I wish her the best. I don't wish her any ill will. And I want her to have the love that she didn't have when she was married to Cody.
Meri is the grown-up in this situation.
It didn't surprise me that we weren't invited. We're the outcasts. We've been voted off the island.
Robyn is the child. And then we wrap up the whole rest of the episode with wedding speeches, wedding dances, the mosh pit, flash mob, the chair dance, the lap dance, not needed. And the best part is just seeing the whole family together having a great time. Hunter had the best time, I think. The one thing that was different in this episode that I will point out is that Christine did admit, I don't remember this from last season. Christine did admit in her interview she may have had too much to drink at her wedding.
You think?
I drank way too much.
In hindsight, the fact she hiked up her wedding dress and straddled David on a chair after he threw his back out that morning, that could have gone terribly wrong. It could have gone terribly wrong. They would have lost his balance if the chair would have tipped over. Oh my goodness. It didn't. Everything was fine. I do believe that those are a couple minutes that Christine wishes she could take back.
She had fun, right?
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Anyway.
And now, a year later,
we're done with wedding stuff. We are all happy to move on, aren't we? We are. We're happy to move on. Because it's got to be all original footage now, right? Because we didn't see anything after the wedding last season. So we're caught up now. So anything we see now with Christine and David will be new and refreshing content. I like that.
Praise Jesus.
Onwards and upwards. What'd you think of this episode? It was all right. I have high hopes for next week. Thank you all for watching this review with me. I appreciate you watching my channel. I really, truly do. I appreciate it when you leave a comment below, when you hit the like button. I'm going to use Meri's comments. All the things. When you do all the things.
Yeah, I'm just doing all the things.
Which is hit the bell, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, watch my video, go back and watch it again. Go back and watch an old video that you haven't seen before. Or maybe watch an old video. I just heard that the other day. Rhonda was saying, I started watching some of the old videos from last year, and it was like I was watching it for the first time because of all the different clips in there. I'd forgotten some stuff. It was refreshing. So if you're ever upset that I'm not loading enough information onto the channel, fear not. Go back to 2023. I've got stuff you can watch. It may not be as good.
it's okay. It's a learning curve.
I also have stuff on my sub-channel, which is Reality TV Breakdown, and you can find a link to that down in the description down below, which is the same place you can find my Amazon link that you can check out some things before you do your Amazon shopping every time. I love each and every one of you, sister friends. Take care, God bless, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.